Hey everybody, my name's Ed. So we got another comic book haul. This time I've got a uh, big stack here. So I'm gonna split it up. These will be the new comics. These will be the back issues here. So we'll just jump right into it without further ado. Okay, so Barbalian number 5. Been really enjoying this series. America Chavez number 2. Saw a few people talk about this on YouTube. Rain King Hammers. It's from Brandon Graham. All right. Same thing here. Saw people talking about Carmen, so thought I'd give it a shot. And then Faithless number 5. Or Faithless 2 number 5. And Faithless 2 number 6. And just because I'm curious, let's see here. This is one of the covers that they have to block, so let's see how daring they got with it. Yep. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna ruin the comic. All right. This cover is by Tula Lotte. Connecting Erotica cover. Oh, well, maybe it is kind of bad. I'll show you this much of it. All right. So, yeah. That's all I'll show you for that. So, pretty interesting comic. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll do another video and we'll talk about Faithless. But it's interesting that we do have some interesting comics coming out dealing with kind of sex and sexuality here. We've got this kind of artsy, you got the artsy deal with the devil, blah, blah, blah style here. You've got Carmen, which is kind of more of almost a little Nemo in Slumberland type of thing. But it's not necessarily, there's a sexy lady in it, but it's not necessarily a sex comic or anything. So, and then you've got Brandon Graham. His art always has a little bit of sensuality in it, again, without being necessarily explicit. So, who knows? Maybe we'll talk about some of the sexy, funny books that have been coming out lately. We'll say that for another video. Okay, so here are all the back issues. So I think most people, I think you guys will find this pretty interesting. So here's Airboy number 2. This is James Robinson. And who's the artist again? Actually, I think I have some more James Robinson coming up. James Robinson, and the artist Hinkle. Greg Hinkle. So, since I got it open, show you some of the, better not show you that splash page, but here's what some of the art looks like. Basically, the whole point of this series, it's kind of a meta comic about James Robinson and Greg Hinkle trying to come up with ideas for a Airboy revamp, and all they've basically been doing is like drinking and doing drugs and gallivanting about, and then here comes Airboy to kind of get them straight here. Okay, so next I've got Mike Grell's Shaman's Tears number 2. and Shaman's Tears number 4. And speaking of sexy comics, one of these days, this is from the early 90s, but you look at his costume, back in the mid 70s, almost every other male superhero had one of these suits where he's got his chest bared and he's got these short shorts on. And they basically running around looking like male strippers. So, excuse me. And here too, doesn't this character kind of look like Dawnstar from Legion of Superheroes, 70s version? Mike Grell, I don't have too many of those, but I am aware that Mike Grell did do a run of Legion of Superheroes like in the mid 70s. So, all right. Now, Captain Confederacy. I think I saw DaCosta talking about it, and I hadn't really thought about this comic book in years, but I remember seeing like a review and something like Amazing Heroes, or I think that's what it was, Amazing Heroes. It might have been Comics Journal, but I think it was Amazing Heroes. But the premise is supposed to be, it's kind of set in an alternative present where the South actually won the Civil War, and then Captain Confederacy is supposed to be, their Captain America. And I guess the whole point of it is, kind of like, hey, I'm this patriotic superhero, but what is the right thing to do these days, type of thing. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of read it. This is from the 80s, mid-late 80s. I thought it'd be pretty interesting to read it these days, and kind of dig into the issues here. So this is from the first series. I'm not gonna. This is number 4. This is number 6, and these were published by Epic Comics. Epic is Marvel, so I'll probably get the rest of these, and that'll be a nice little story. So here's number 1. And then number 2. Okay. All right. Now I've got some Cable here. I got these mostly for the Jose Lejeune art, but James Robinson wrote some of these, and then I think Joe Kelly wrote a couple of them. So here's 48. $49. This is a very nice cover. $50. Laurence Ho's art style, it's kind of like, it's like Jack Kirby meets Mobius. And I think he actually pulls it off really well. Here's 51. I think the storyline here is the Hellfire Hunt or something like that. So it's Cable versus the Hellfire Club. And here's 53. So I gotta go. Next time I go back, I gotta get 52. All right. And then lastly, I got a few issues of The Shadow, DC's run from the mid 70s. So here's number 1. Mike Kaluta. I'm sure I've said this before, but Mike Cleluda was a big name, like whatever, 40 years ago, and as far as like, comics art and fantasy art and things, but people don't talk about him as much though. But he was right up there with like, with your Frazettas and your Corbins and your Brothers Hildebrandt and all those people, and Barry Smith and whatnot. This is a really cool cover. Get that in there. Okay, here's number 3. And then here's number. Oh no, wait. I think I messed it up. No, I didn't. Here's number 3. I just had it in the wrong order. Here's number 2. At some point, I think Mike Kaluta stopped drawing it, and I think Frank Robbins took over. So here's 1. Here's 2. And then here's 3. Let's see here. I wonder. This looks like, yeah, this is still. Check this out. So it's Denny O'Neil writing, Mike Kaluta on art, and Bernie Wrightson, huh? Very interesting. Ah. Okay, then. All right, so then that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. You guys have a good day.